All right, so we're going to do a technical analysis of Robyn's VO2 Max test that she did earlier today, and then also go over why this test is so important for the average fitness goer or sports goer. All right, so one of the benefits of doing a VO2 Max test is that it will give you precise thresholds for your aerobic threshold and your anaerobic threshold, your heart rate zones for your fat burning, your carb burning, and also it can also give you the calories that you'll burn per hour at those zones. So why would that be so important is because when you're in a class and your heart rate's getting way too high and you're in and out of that anaerobic threshold zone, you can then take a look at your heart rate and then bring it back down off that into a safer zone, which will help you prolong your exercise and also prevent excess soreness, which will then help you exercise for the next day. Now looking at Robyn's performance, Robyn started off with a VO2 of 6.4 and getting all the way up to a crazy 55.8. Looking down further, there's a graph. You can see that for Robyn's age range, 36.9 and above is superior, so 55 is pretty much off the charts. Over the course of the test, her aerobic threshold was 34.5 and her anaerobic was 41.3. Now those two numbers are important because the associated heart rate beats per minute for both of those is 124 for the aerobic and 146 for the anaerobic. That is the heart rate range she wants to do the majority of her training at. That's where she's getting the most calories burnt per hour, but once she gets above 146, she's going to be in too high of a heart rate and she's going to get into that lactic acid threshold and she's going to start to seize up. So she wants to keep her training between 124 and 146. That's where the value of this test really comes in because you know exactly where you need to be. It's no more guessing. It's not going by feel. You have exact numbers. It's evidence-based that's saying that between 124 and 146 is where your sweet spot is. And if she was to work out for an hour between 124 and 146, she's going to be burning 524 and 644 calories an hour. All right, so how do we know this all happened is by looking at the graphs from the test. At about 8 minutes, you can see that her ventilatory oxygen, so what she's consuming, all right, that line's getting closer and closer to the VCO2, which is her expired air, the carbon dioxide. As those two start to converge, that's when she's going to start hitting her lactic acid threshold. And then beyond that, once it diverges and they're starting to spread apart where her CO2 is higher than what she's taking in, that's when she hits the wall. So around 8 or 9 minutes, that's when she hits it, and then we're getting to that zone where she started to obviously see a whole bunch of the graphs diverging and going apart, and she's starting to unravel.
All right, so a lot of good information. I'm really excited that I had this test done. I can apply it now to my training programs. I do wear a heart rate monitor during exercise, so I'll be able to more closely monitor where I'm at and what my body is doing. If you are interested in getting this test done, I would highly recommend it. Call us up, email, send us a message through the webpage or our Facebook page, and we'll sign you up. We'll get you started.
And get your VO2 Max done when you sign up for our unlimited membership.